What it is isn't always be life seasons. Where we try to do this last week Friday, this week Friday, last week Friday if I'm not mistaken, but it didn't work according to our plan. I mean, the odds were not on our side, but today, I mean, it will be proper. Speaking of the issues of what we face as the youth in South Africa, precisely, I think I have a right man for you today. As I simply told you before, and I will tell you right now, simply put, clean up your space. I just want to have the conversation with you. So if you're watching this at home and your couches, just simply relax and take knowledge and abundance. I told you this won't be an interview. This will be engagement and a conversation whereby I put my own thinking capacity and he brings his own perspective. So today I introduce to you the friend, the member, the brother of the family of Live Season Channel, Tumelo. My brother, welcome back.
No, thank you very much, Lee, for hosting and welcoming me again on one of your episodes.
Yes.
And I would like to thoroughly introduce myself. I'm Tumelo Titi, the current chairperson of House Committee from Public Management.
Yes.
And also in a student command of the EFFSC.
Yes, the true member,
Yeah,
the true cadre.
Yeah.
So you see today I try to accommodate you. Ashamed. Just I try. Many people asking me, "Hey, what do you shave?" Hey man, I'm having the next guest speaker. Yeah, I'm having my next person who I'm going to engage with. He doesn't have this thing, so let me try by all means. So my brother, thank you. So I just want to know, just before we shoot from here, I always like to be engaging with people whom I believe that we are on the same or different perspective. I just want to know, engagement like this, how does it help you?
Okay, it is very important to gain knowledge of other people because of it is impossible for you to educate yourself. So one needs to engage with other people so that we can gain more knowledge on other things that they have experienced in life. So it's all about knowledge leadership. Once you have accumulated a lot of knowledge, you can be prosperous. You can do many things with knowledge.
Yes,
It's one of the most important key things that can help you sustain your life and try to move on effectively. It's knowledge. A person who lacks knowledge is bound to be in a smaller space. So we just need to spread our wings, and through that we need to gain knowledge and interact with others.
Yes, thank you, leadership, for that one, for ensuring. No, because I always tell people, see, this thing of saying you must think outside the box, it's an issue. Don't think inside the box. A person who's thinking inside the box is limited to some certain source of information. Yes. Then a person who thinks outside the box is actually thinking around the box. So it's simply kick out the box. Think limitedly. Yes. Think outsidely. Don't be limited by the box. The box doesn't mean something. Speaking of experience and knowledge, we have this thing that we have in our compass that we don't have experience of, we don't have knowledge of. Maybe if we can touch on it, which is this thing is called EZEGA. It's new to us. It's a SIM system that eradicated Fundi. So I just want to know what you put, what's the intake in, what is EZEGA to you?
One of the problematic things that students are currently facing, because to this date there are still students who haven't received their funds.
True.
There are still students who
and also SMSs.
Exactly. Others, they are still waiting for the approval of SMSs. One would even tend to say that this EZEGA thing is bogus, but then we also need to look at the positive side of EZEGA and also look in the negative impact. I would say from my own perspective, it's a good idea that they have implemented this policy. Because of, if you would check, we used to get our allowance from the institution. What NSFAS used to do is they used to allocate the money to give money to the institution, then the institution will allocate money to the student populace as large. But then one of the major issues that used to transpire within various institutions is that there would be a number of students who do not receive their allowances, especially the book allowances. Even to this day, there are still students who haven't, most especially the first years, they haven't received their allowances. So that is one of the major reasons, or one of the major issues that NSFAS decided and thought to themselves that how about we do this direct payment. Of course, everything has its own positive impacts and negative impacts, so we do not need to be biased. Then I would say one of the positive things about EZEGA is that we will get direct payment from NSFAS, so it will be much simpler and it will be very productive for each and every student to get their allowances, because of when these allowances goes to the institutions, some of the students ended up not receiving those allowances. So we asked ourselves, where is that money going? Where is it disappearing to? Why are the students not receiving their allowances as per the NSFAS has said?
So actually, EZEGA is here to remove Fundi. So, it's a new system that has been implemented by NSFAS or the government of saying Fundi's time has collapsed. Now we have a new middleman, of which is EZEGA.
Okay, what I would say from my own understanding, I would think that there's a difference between EZEGA and Fundi. Fundi works hand in hand with the accommodations. If you would understand, it works with the accredited res, the private sector reses that we find on various institutions. So EZEGA is mostly about the distribution of allowances, living allowances to the students.
So Fundi will remain.
That's what I see and that's what I know. Unless if I have a different information that I would share, but then I think that Fundi only works with the accredited and the accommodation. So now this EZEGA will work with regards to the distribution of allowances to the students.
You know what's funny? Our political parties told us we mustn't register for EZEGA. Now we saw them working on campuses wearing caps, wearing caps of EZEGA. Now they are the ones who are telling us we must come and register for EZEGA, just because they are the ones who are also working there. What's your take on that?
Yeah, that one, leadership. Students, they don't need to fear to voice out their thoughts.
Yeah.
After we have commenced with the second semester, the first week of the semester, we were told not to engage with the academical activities.
Yeah.
That time would be given for the students to protest against EZEGA.
Sure.
Because they refer to EZEGA as a bogus, and they are inexperienced for them to be given such a task. Now the students did that.
True.
They didn't do or commit to the academic activities. It was strike all over the place. North campus, South campus, main campus, Garankuwa. I'm not quite sure. Yes, Acadia, all the TUT campuses. Then I'm not quite sure about other institutions. Now the first week passed. The second week, they held a meeting.
Yeah.
They held a meeting with the representatives of EZEGA along with the NSFAS. Now
in the corners.
No, they said they told the students that they're going to have a meeting with them. So in the meantime, they should the academic activities remain suspended.
Oh yeah.
Now they held the meeting on the second week after we have commenced on the second semester.
Yeah.
Now we were never given the outcomes of that meeting. After that meeting, students...
No, I thought maybe the outcome was at least the charges were dropped from 50 to 12.
Leadership, we are still experiencing those charges, including me and myself. We are still experiencing those charges that have been imposed by EZEGA. So they held that particular meeting and we never got a response. One of the major problems with the students is that whenever their leaders say do this and don't do that, they don't hesitate to do so without any explanation or whatsoever. You need to ask yourself, what are their mandates? What is it that they are after? Are they after their own benefits and their own interest? So they held that particular meeting. Then students say that, okay, it's fine. We are being led.
Yeah.
They held the meeting. Now, after the meeting, a communique was being released. Academic activities will commence on the following week of Monday. No, just like that.
Mind you, there are students who couldn't receive the allowances for 2 months. Until now, some students don't have allowances for 2 months. We were supposed to receive allowances today at the first. We haven't received none.
Up to this date, leadership, I would tell you that I met 2 students who came to me and said, we are struggling. Is there something or anything that you can do at least to help us? It's been 2 months now, we haven't received anything from EZEGA. Most of them are saying that they're waiting for the approval of the SMS. Okay, how long have you been waiting? More than a month. Okay, they said that they will get back to us. Now, our representatives, our SRC members, our leaders, they had a meeting. We were never given the outcomes of the meeting. They never engaged with the committees. They never engaged. I will tell you about the committees because I'm a chairperson of House Committee and I don't have anything with regards to that. Okay, of which I understand. I'm into academics more rather than politics.
Political, yeah.
So they have said that academic activities will commence just like that without giving any explanation further. Then we ask ourselves, what transpired on that meeting? What changed?
All of a sudden.
All of a sudden
So
now.
do you think it's the brown envelopes?
Okay, I don't want to accuse anyone of anything yet because I literally don't have a proof.
Yeah.
And I will not come with rumors of I heard someone did this and I heard someone did that.
Yeah.
But then one thing I will tell you is that students need to ask themselves and they need to consider about the people that they are leading them. All of a sudden, we are required to commit to the academic activities.
Yeah.
What about EZEGA? What about the issues that we are currently facing? And now they are working hand in hand with EZEGA.
There's a comment that was released yesterday that we must go to the HET, then go there and strike for Benzimane on the 10th of August. Have you saw that?
I haven't checked on that one. Then I will need to check my emails.
So do you think maybe precisely? Nah, I don't know. But do you think good political parties are working for us here on campus? EFF, Sadesmo, ANC Youth League, SASCO, and so forth. Or we as students must stand up as the people, as the students, not as the political parties using their vehicles of politics, but we ourselves must take a stand and say, no. We won't be driven by anyone who busy lying onto us, busy making us more agitated, promising us there's gonna be change, EZEGA this, next time they have changed, they say EZEGA yes, no. So do you think we must take a stand?
Most definitely. Let me tell you why. You cannot guarantee the safety of your future to a person who is not capable of securing their future themselves. Okay, I'm not going to dwell much deeper into that, but then I think you understand what I'm saying.
It's hit it harder, yo.
I think you will understand what I'm trying to imply.
Yeah.
But then what I will tell you is that it has nothing to do with the politics. It has something to do with the mindset of our youth. One would embark on the politics in order to satisfy their own interests. You understand?
I understand.
That is the problem. I have made a vow to myself that I will never become such a leader. I'm more into academics because I know once I'm deployed or once I'm a part of something within the academics, then I make it a point that I will fight on the best interest of the students. And so far I've been doing very good. You can go around campus and ask people, and ask people that knows me hand to hand, that have seen me in action. Right now, students will vote for people that they don't even know their capabilities and their capacity. Even the leaders, what the main thing that they after, it is their own interest, anything that will benefit them. That is one of the major reasons why they are into politics. They want to serve themselves and their pockets. They want to be fed.
So what do you think they're getting the money from? Management?
That one is a very complicated issue.
And very criminating.
Yeah, it's a very complicated factor, and it needs a thorough investigation before one can come up and say that no, they have been receiving money from these people or from that elite group. Yeah.
So as the chairperson of House Committee, what were you facing? Challenges, and what solution that you brought that you can say no, Chairman Tumela, you worked very hard.
Okay, ever since
because I know a few bits of them.
Yeah.
Yes. So you can elaborate more of them.
And I will tell you that there are people who say that leaders are made. Then I will tell you straight in the eye and say that I agree to disagree. Leaders are born. There are some of the qualities that one can have that a made leader does not have. It all depends on your morals. It all depends on your ethics. Ever since I came into this institution, my first year, which was last year, I was a class rep for all the modules of public affairs, administration of the state, first level, and I have been doing exceptionally well. There was a time whereby I also went to one stop to unblock people, of which it is not one of the powers that I have been tasked with. There's this particular module where students were blocked. Then it's one heavy task that needs a person of influence. And I went there, me, myself, and I, only with a belief that I will be able to help the students who needs my help. And they were unblocked. And it's one of the things that I said, that I tell myself that I think I'm a right person for this job.
True.
And then this year I ran for the position of House Committee, of a chairperson of House Committee, and many people saw, those who knows me, they saw hope, and I know that I'm a symbol of hope to various students, and they managed to let's take a chance and put this person in power. And ever since I became into power, things have been going well into our department. Of course,
in Sikatil. Phone. Okay, no. Better. 20. Nah, yeah.
So
you can continue. Sorry, Malita, about that.
So yes, I was saying that ever since I have been a chairperson of House Committee, we have corrected many issues within our department. The unethical behavior of some various lecturers, and yes, I don't want to call out the names of the
lecturers.
Yes, of the lecturers that we have maybe tried to correct where was wrong, but then we have achieved many things. There was a time where our department was in a strike. They were protesting against a particular lecture. Then we decided to sit down with the department and explain what are the students facing. Yeah, it was issue of mark allocation. It was issue of issue of how the men on how they assess the students. And
I understand.
Yeah, then
so this year we are going for chairperson of the FOCAT.
Yeah, right now.
we are stretching yourself, ne?
Yeah.
So why that position?
Okay, leadership. I saw that it's not only public management students that are struggling. I have realized that there are also various departments that also need a correct and a very effective leadership. I saw the Department of Education from North Campus.
Yeah.
Even to this date, there are some of the modules that do not have the lecturers, and it is the duty of the SFC and the SRC to try and solve that particular issue. And even now, there are some of the students who come to me from various departments requesting for my help. I know and I understand that me as a chairperson of House Committee, it is beyond my jurisdiction for me to interfere with their issues. But then I always find a way to try and attend to their issues. I will speak with the relevant people so that they can assist those students. So I know that I am able of making, I'm capable of making difference to their lives, to their academics, because of we all come from various backgrounds. So some where they come from rural areas. They are the only symbol of hope from their houses.
Yeah.
Yes. So if ever they come into university in hope, hoping for them to change their background to try to make a living or try to maybe meet their ends meet. So it becomes very difficult when they face this kind of issues. So that is why I'm saying that they will need a leadership that will only put their needs first before himself. And I believe that I'm the right person for that particular job. So I've proven myself multiple times.
I can tell. So don't you have an apology up front or advance? Because there are certain things as a leader that you cannot remove or maneuver around. There are certain issues that maybe when I as a leader you can't solve. You can't solve. There are the SRC in the institution. They can't solve EZEGA, but precisely there are problems of which they can solve around, but not every issue. So what's your apology up front? Or maybe you don't have an apology. You just simply more everything.
So far I have moved everything. There's no one particular issue that I would say that it's outstanding. It would rather be pending. It's in the process of being dealt with, or it has been dealt with.
Yeah.
Because of wherever I go, I make it a point. I'm able to separate between something that needs more attention than those ones that needs less attention. You understand?
I understand.
So, of course, I am not Superman. I'm not Superman. There are some of the issues that I will not be able to do in future. There are some of the things that I will not be able to try and solve.
True.
And that is one of the things that I will maybe apologize in future, because of I know there's always everywhere you conflict you always find obstacles. But then how or what you do in order for you to maneuver around those obstacles depends on you.
So a coin has two sides, a winning side and a losing side. Let's say maybe you don't have, or you don't, you're not elected to the chairperson of all faculties. How would you feel? Are you willing to face that grievance, or are you willing to face that disappointment?
Yeah, leadership, obvious. In fact, I need to prepare. I need to prepare myself for whatever outcomes that I might be facing.
Yes.
And I have hope that I'm going to win the election, even if I don't. But then students will need to make a choice. They need to be able to differentiate between a person who is here for power or a person who is here on behalf of them, someone who's going to lead them to victory. And
who is here to collect certificates.
Exactly. You see, leadership. So I will take it well. I'm not here for power. I'm here to help the students. I'm here to assist.
So what will be your next move?
My next move it is to continue with my journey.
No, in terms of faculty, in terms of house committee or faculty.
I will try also to enter onto a house committee the following year, because of I believe that it is my call to answer to the students to maybe try and solve their grievances.
So let's say maybe it happens. I don't know how house committee moves. Let's just say you are being part of the house committee for next year. Then you meet the chairperson of the whole faculty. With the issues of the student, won't you pin him in the throat?
If ever he's not doing anything, if ever he's becoming a useless leader, I'm not. Leadership, let me tell you something about me. I'm not. The
first thing you'll be angry that you're not in that position. I know.
Okay. I need to understand that I need to be voted by the majority. If majority do not see the benefit of do not give me the benefit of the doubt, or do not see what I think I have, then it's my own problem, because of I was not able to manage or influence them to show me what kind of a person I am.
True.
But then obviously, I will need to work hand in hand with the coming person, because of I am a person who deliver for the students. I'm not here on my own agenda. I will need to work hand in hand with the particular chairperson. But then if they are not doing their job, if they are not doing what they're supposed to be doing,
yes,
I'm telling you.
No, don't worry. I'll call him here to come.
Yeah.
And represent himself as a chairperson.
Thank you.
And see his intellectual capacity. Because I believe, me as a chairperson of House Committee, you're the first person I know. It's been 3 years since myself being here. I've never heard another person of chairperson of House Committee, unless the chairperson of the whole focus, which is Karabo, Tesla. Then the next one, I will call him. You must come. I want to take your check your intellectual capacity as the chairperson of the whole focus. But then we are 16,000 here.
Yeah.
Would he handle that with his mind state? Would he handle that with his capabilities and skill and so forth? Because we need a person who has been groomed. Not just coming from the political party as you are coming from the EFF, but a person who's been groomed, who's willing, who's been taught, who has been learning just to be in the position. Because you know what they do? You know what I do before I enter into something? I learn before I get into that position.
Yes,
you know.
Yes,
so
right.
I prepare for my. There's this quote of Les Brown once said that you have to prepare for an opportunity and not have one, than have an opportunity but not being prepared. It's better to be disappointed while you prepared for that opportunity. Don't worry, I will call him. Yeah, I won't go easy on him. Obviously, you know, I need to check who is the previous chairperson. Let's just start there. What are you willing to solve from the cliches that personally he made? We spoke off camera, even though I won't bring the conversation that the chairperson of House Committee of the whole focus didn't do so much so well last year, but we are willing to close the gap. As a being Naya, he has his own things, he has his own capabilities, but we are willing to close the gap of which Yena he opened. You know. So in closing, the last but not least, EFF anniversary. We went there. I was there. It was massive.
Yeah,
It was the speech, the elevator.
Yeah.
That went up.
History has been made.
Iconic.
History has been
Memes are saying that in Figil and Balo rushed to buy the thing that Julius Malema used to, you know, elevate him up. But so you can actually see that ANC is not working under this country's development industry and so forth. So what's your take on the upcoming election of 2024?
Yeah, that one is a very good question. And I would urge the South Africans to choose their leaders wisely. ANC, we understand and we appreciate what it has done for our people. We understand that it fought for our freedom. But at this point, I think they have lost direction and they have lost their way. Hence, I say that it is time for South Africa to be under the new leadership. A leadership that has plans for us, not someone who would be in power just to chow on the monies of our people, of our taxpayers, and says that walking around and attending summits on various countries and saying that I'm a head of the state. That person is only head of their family.
True.
Not head of the state because of they doing only what it benefits them. So I urged people of South Africa to come into realization and see what it is that it means to be a politician and what it means to be a leader. There's a difference between a politician and there's a difference between a leader. A politician will only go for what only benefits them, only in the best interest for themselves. Then a leader will lead our people to victory. And we have realized and we are aware who's capable of doing that for our people.
So in closing, what can you say to a person at your age and younger than you?
I would tell you this, there's time for everything leadership, because I didn't wake up and be wherever I am right now. I would tell you this, that I finished my matric in 2014.
Yeah, I remember you told me that.
Yes, I finished my matric in 2014 and I waited for 7 years before I can get into the institution. Now that I have grabbed that chance, I'm not letting go of it. True. So whatever it is that you are facing and wherever you are, just know that everything has its own time. Lilomo lina kwa teng la hore le palesa ke Sesotho. Lilomo lina kwa teng ya hore le palesa.
What does it mean?
Okay, each and every flower has its own season to bloom. You understand?
Yeah,
we cannot all bloom at the same time.
Yeah.
You understand?
That's why I call this show and my friend Life Season.
Life season.
Of which it actually means the slogan is what it is isn't what will always be.
Yes.
It means what it is now. Just because the situation is like this, it doesn't mean it will remain like this forever.
Yeah.
Even if the good season comes and stays, it won't be here forever. Also, that season will pass. But one day, I just in this channel, because I've checked your intellectual capacity. You are there, you read books, you are a reader, you are a person who observe, you are the person of indulging more in accumulating more knowledge and more capacity and enlarging your mind. Your mind is like a sponge, I can tell. It absorbs. So I will open up a page or a channel whereby you come and lecture according to the history of South Africa, according to BRICS, according to EFF or ANC or anything that you want to teach as a lecture. How about that?
No, most definitely I'm in leadership.
You're in, my friend.
I'm in.
Yeah, thank you. So, yeah, it's not the end of the road. It's not the end of the video, just because limited to certain minutes. So, this is a brother of mine, a friend of the channel, a friend of the family, a member of the Life Season community. So, remain calm and collective. I hope you gain more knowledge. I hope this video will enlarge your capacity, will make you brave. You see, he's brave. You can even tell by the muscles that this man has been working hard, but not just his body, but also his mindset. So I remain calm and collective and serene. I remain Lee. What it is, isn't, or will always be. Life Seasons.